is great.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah,
it is great.
Like if this type of experience is your jam, it sounds like it will 100% click with you. But if any of this sounds like, ugh, I don't want to do that, just run away. Run as fast as you can.
Now. Turn around and go the other direction. Yeah. I haven't even got into space and started dealing with the 70 other question mark factions which appear on my HUD. It's
boy.
Here are all the factions. There is Space Pirates and then 20 question mark in yellows of factions I haven't discovered yet. I haven't discovered them because I haven't gone within 20 meters of my starting zone yet, basically.
Right.
Where it's like, I haven't even thought about building a spaceship to go into space. There's 7 different kinds of engines.
That sounds really good.
Oh, man. Hey, Nimp. So, I know you like...
This. No. I got enough obsessions that I'm trying to keep on the down low.
Right.
Trust me,
I don't think you understand how hard it is for me to not play Elite Dangerous every day and just come on here and talk about Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
Believe me, I do. Because I have the same problems, not just with Elite Dangerous, with other things. Shall we get into a 20-hour conversation about why Warframe has got some of the most interesting lore ever? No, I agree, we shouldn't.
Right.
Let's move on. That's all I've been
could, because it does.
Yeah.
I know.
Side note, I am still playing Elite Dangerous, and side note, I still have not made it to the center of the galaxy. I am still just putzing around doing my own thing.
But you're taking your time, you're enjoying it. Like, you're enjoying the exploration.
Yeah, I think I turned this 30-hour trip into about a 6-month trip of me just going, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
When I went to Sagittarius AI, I did the exact same thing. It was like, ooh, black hole, ooh, white hole, ooh, stars. Ooh.
Yeah. And then you realize you've gone too far and you can't go anywhere else, so you got to turn back. Anyway. First game to bring up, Ark Survival Evolved. Complicated random games.
From Satan. Get the away. I'm going to take my headphones off because I refuse to hear about this game.
Well, I don't have a whole lot to talk about because I think I played a total of a half hour of it. It was free on Epic Store. Yeah, I think last week or the week before. There's a bunch of free DLC for it and a bunch of paid DLC for it as well. The only reason why I started playing it was just because a bunch of my friends were talking about it in Discord, and I was just like, screw it. I'm sitting here literally doing nothing. I'll just boot it up and see what's going on. And I have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah. There you go.
I started punching a tree just for S and giggles and realized, oh, I'm actually getting something from this. And then I keep punching the tree and realize, oh, this is taking away health because like in real life, if you punch a tree, it's going to hurt.
There you go. All right.
Okay, let's stop that. And then I found I jumped on like a random server, just a big one, because I didn't want to be on a small one. I didn't want to be on a PvP server. I just wanted to jump in and just look to see what this was even about. So I jumped on this server. Turns out nobody speaks English, which is fine.
Okay.
But I have a bunch of people
talking. The time you play it, of course, nobody's going to be speaking English.
Well, yeah.
Play it in like the Asian time zone, basically.
I don't even know what language they are speaking because it all comes up as little asterisks, which I thought somebody was just swearing at me. Yeah.
Either that, or you're talking about like the foreign keyboard, whatever it's called. The keyboard symbols are not recognized by your version of the installer.
So I don't know where they're from, which is fine.
True.
But I also did not know how to type back to them because I just started the game. So there's a person talking to me, and they are like crouching up and down. I'm like, I don't even know how to crouch right now. I'm like, let me hit spacebar. That's probably jump, and it is. So this guy's crouching. I'm jumping, so that I can acknowledge that yes, I see you. No, I don't know what's going on.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah. So I end up finding someone had built a hut. Like I spawned next to this river or whatever. Someone had a hut there that was just up the river in a campfire thing. So I run over there and realize, I can go into the campfire and look at stuff and do things. I don't know what. And then I looked around to see if I can get into the guy's house, and I couldn't, and I wasn't going to break it because I wasn't there to be a douche. So I go into the water because there was some shiny thing there, and next thing I know, I get killed by a level 6 piranha.
Okay.
And my friends in Discord are laughing at me because they're like,
Don't go in water.
yeah, piranhas suck. Everyone dies by them. Wait until you get a spear to try to take them on.
There you go.
I'm like, I'm literally running around butt naked in this game because I have nothing and I don't know what's going on. So I respawn, find out that I can pick things up. So now I'm just running up and down this beach, just picking up stones. And then I realized I can craft stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, let's make an axe. Well, I need like fiber or something. I need wood and I need stones. I'm like, all right, I've got like 90 stones from running up and down this stupid river just collecting it. I have this fiber from punching a tree. How do I get wood? And so I just start running through this forest area, slamming E as I'm running, and I'm picking up like berries, stones, other fibers, more berries. I've got so much crap that I end up becoming encumbered and I can't move anymore. I'm like, okay, so then I start getting hungry. Like, well, hey, I've got like 800 berries in my inventory.
Yeah.
Let's eat this. So I start eating all these berries, and I'm like, as I'm eating these berries, I'm thinking, oh, I bet you this is one of those games where I get diarrhea or something. And sure enough, I get out of my inventory screen, and my guy cannot see anymore, and he can't move.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't think I knew to begin with, but now I definitely don't know what's happening.
I'm out.
Yeah. So eventually, I don't know what happens, but eventually I sat there for a couple minutes, and then his sight came back just in time for me to see the sun go down.
Oh, boy.
And then the game is pitch black.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have a
It's
map.
one of those games where literally when the sun goes down, the light is ridiculously low.
Oh,
I don't have a map. I don't know where I ran to because I was just running through the forest like some fairy, just grabbing a bunch of stuff because it was there. So I don't know where I am, and I just go in a direction and somehow manage to stumble back into this guy's campsite again. I'm like, oh, cool.
Geez.
And I just drop all of this stuff at this dude's campsite, and I'm just like, nah, you need any of this crap? Because I don't know what it is. Yeah. And the guy picks it all up, and next thing I know, there's all of a sudden this level 24 dodo with a party hat on.
Great.
Yep.
And it is called a party dodo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, huh, that's different. And the guy that I gave all this crap to decided to attack the dodo, and the dodo turned around and killed him in one shot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, huh. Just watch the man die.
It really changes you.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna take that on with my bare fists.
Yeah.
But the guy dies and drops all of his stuff, and he's got like a stone axe, a spear, and a couple other things.
Ah.
And the dude never comes. Like, I stood there for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm like, does he come back? Does he just respawn somewhere else?
Did it delete his game?
Yeah, is he dead? Does he need to make a new character? What's going on?
Does it kill you in real life?
No, only the most innovative first-person shooter of all time does that.
That's right. That's the Matrix Online.
So he never comes back, and I'm like, well, I'm going to take the stone axe and the spear, and I'm not going to go very far with it, but I'm going to use it. And so I chop down, like, I basically deforest this whole guy's camp. And that's how I got my wood. I'm like, cool. So now I have a stone axe. I've got a spear. I've got all my clothes on now because I can make clothes.
You have a camp.
Yeah.
And a party dodo.
Yeah. And I have a water pouch randomly. Oh. And the guy never came back. Another guy showed up, tried to attack a dinosaur with a spear, and he got dumped on hard. One more spear, I guess. So
basically, you are the vulture of this area. Is what
I was
I'm
going
hearing.
to say, yeah.
I guess, because I just don't know what to do.
You know what's really easy? Scavenging. And that's how you're going to win.
I'm trying not to make anybody mad, but I'm trying to make progress in this game.
They can't be mad if they're dead.
Yeah, so now that I've weaponized
video games before, that's what makes them mad.
That's right.
So now that I've weaponized myself with all of this gear, I'm like, all right, let me find the weakest thing that I can try to take on and see if I can attack it. And I find like this small little raptor thing that was like level 2, and I'm like level 6 at this point. and I don't even get the chance to decide. That thing turns on me and just comes at me. I'm like, all right, I got a spirit. Let's try to hit it. I hit it. I don't know if I'm doing damage, but I noticed that my little health cross that I have on the side of my screen goes from full to like pretty much dead. And I'm like, nope, screw this. Turn around and run. And that's where I left off.
All in all, a successful day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I mean,
Especially in art.
Yeah.
Everyone on this Discord, this other Discord that I'm on, is just laughing because I'm giving like 5-minute little recaps that I'm just typing to them, and they're like, "So wait, did you attack the dodo? Dodos don't normally attack." I'm like, "I didn't do it. I just watched someone die from it." They're like,
I watched a man die.
Yeah, and they're sitting there trying to figure it out because they're like, "Well, normally dodos don't aggro. You can attack them and kill them, no problem. Maybe he had like pheromones or something." I'm like, man, I've been playing this game for 5 minutes and I have no clue what's going on. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Right.
Did you specify I had a party hat? Because something tells me if Dodo wants to party, it's gonna go.
That's right.
So that's a weird game. I don't know if I'll ever play it again. It seems interesting, and I might play it here and there. It seems like a good just screw off game where it's like, I'm here. And I'm chopping down a tree. Don't know if I should be, but I'm here.
Let me tell you about space engineers.
There you go.
So yeah, and I'm actually surprised at how well it runs too on my PC in general. I'm running it on medium, I think, and it still looks pretty good. So it also just really terrifies me how dark it gets because you also, especially playing with headphones on, you hear everything.
Yeah.
You don't know where any of it is.
Dinosaur silhouettes in the jungle. And you just see like a head floating above the trees and like moving around during the nighttime. You're just like, I'm out. See ya. Bye bye.
Gotta go.
Yeah, and it's like you. Since I'm new, I don't know if it's gonna attack me, if it automatically aggroes. Have most of the stuff there besides the piranhas. They don't care. You're just there.
Right.
And that dodo, but
Right.
So the next game that I played, Bloodborne. Have not gotten very far in this. I am still at Canehurst. I did a little bit exploring of the courtyard that you start off in, and I found these weird spider-like things that aren't really spiders, but they just suck, and they're really hard to kill.
Right.
And they have long reach. They jump really far. They can jump on top of you.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, they can basically start a combo where it knocks you to the ground, and while you're on the ground, it will still attack you, and then you just die.
No, thank you.
So I've been trying to develop a strategy for these things. I ran into this and like these worm things, which I've only kind of seen once before. The worm things aren't hard, except for the fact that they're very low to the ground, and they jump at you. So they're just hard to hit because they have a weird hitbox, and we all know this game isn't great with hitboxes a lot of times. So it's just kind of weird trying to take those on, and that's it. Like my mind just was not in for it. Trying to get further into this game. I tried a couple times, and I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling it. So I moved on from there because since I wasn't here last week, the COD Battle Pass started over again.
Ah.
Yep, and I already bought that, so that way I get my 10% XP bonus, whatever. And I'm kind of just keeping on track with that. I think I'm already 42 on the Battle Pass, which this is only like the second week it's out. So I figured if I just hurry up and blow through the Battle Pass, I can not touch the game again for a while. So
that sounds about right.
It's a weird, like, I really love playing Call of Duty with people that I want to talk to.
Right.
Because 99% of this time I am playing this game on multiplayer and I have the sound down, I don't have headphones in, and I'm not talking to anybody, and randoms just suck. And even when you do have a headset on, all they're doing is just yelling at each other about dumb stuff that doesn't matter anyway, and nobody's paying attention. So it's just easier for me to listen to something while I play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it also doesn't help that all my friends just want to play Warzone all the time, which I'm only okay with. I mean, I'm good at playing it, but I don't enjoy it as much as everybody else, apparently. I could care less.
Right.
I really like
and there's a whole bunch of other modes in there. Like, you want to play more than just the one mode.
Yeah, and there's also the co-op stuff in it that I like playing.
Oh, right.
Which, that stuff, they added veteran stuff a couple seasons ago, which just makes it harder. So you have like waves upon waves of enemies just running at you, and it is hard. It is stupid hard.
That's cool.
I don't think I've beaten any of the veteran ones yet, just because once again you got people who just don't care. They're just there to get their dailies done, and then they peace out afterwards. So it's just you versus like 1,000 other NPCs that are coming at you. So, but yeah. So I'm knocking out my ribbon challenges. I'm knocking out my dailies, and I kind of just playing until I get sick and tired of the game and people sucking. So
right.
And I had one guy who sent me a message. I don't even know why, but he was giving me crap because one of the starter assault rifles that you get when you first start the game is the Kilo 141. Excuse me. And I ran that thing all the way until I got the gold weapon skin for it, which means you've completed every challenge and objective for that. Which I also just realized that they just added gold challenges now, so they add extra challenges for you to do with that weapon to get different colors now.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I've re-equipped the Kilo now. But someone was giving me crap because I had a 100-round mag on that thing, which is basically the Patriot mag, where it's like the 2 drums that just slide up into the magazine well. And one guy's like, why do you have 100 rounds in that thing? That's stupid. And then I showed him in the next match why I have 100 rounds in that thing when I took out the opposite team by myself 3 times without reloading.
Right. Ta-da!
Yeah. Because that thing, the way I have it set up, barely has any kick, and it's a great medium to long range assault rifle. So I hammer on that thing, and I love it. It's a very respectable weapon.
That sounds cool.
So outside of Call of Duty, I've been playing a lot more of the game that I can't say, Prelude to the Fallen.
Oh yes.
I've just given up on trying to say that name. All I do is just thrash it, and it's not great. The name. I am 27 hours into this game. I have completed 20 battles in this game. I think I might have all the characters that you will get. There may be 1 or 2 extras that I'm not remembering, but I'm pretty sure I have everybody at this point. And the last major story beat that I completed was fighting with a country called Nutunk, which is a slave trader country. And basically what happens with this is that you find out that this country, the slaves are revolting in that country, and a person that is in your party knows what is happening, and they want you to help. And your character wants to help, but because they are the emperor of this new country that you just yourself revolted in and took over, you have your political stability with other countries around you is very rocky right now.
Okay.
And if you openly help the slaves, it will pretty much turn the situation into an all-out war with your country that you've been trying to avoid this entire time.
Right.
So your character decides, okay, we will not openly help them, but we will help to supply them to help increase their odds of winning. And it turns out stuff goes sideways. They're still not doing great. And your character technically gets kidnapped by the person who wanted you to help them, which turns into its own funny side story. But so your character and a group of, basically like I think it was eight of your party all go together to this thing. And it's like this Black Ops kind of thing where you're not saying who you are and you're just there to help.
Right.
So, yeah. So I completed that. And when you complete this, they actually do a really cool thing because your characters that went there are obviously now going to be a higher level, because I think there was like 3 or 4 battles in that instance. So those characters that are there are a higher level, but the rest of your characters are not. So what they did was there is a story point in the actual manga and anime where, hey, this happened while you were gone. And they turned that into a thing where those characters that were left behind, you're now following their story and it's basically a way to get them caught back up to the levels that the other characters are at.
Oh, cool.
So it keeps up pace with the story, and it's just a nice way to hide the fact that, yeah, these guys are still level 10 while these over here are 18.
Right.
So we're just going to switch focus for a moment so that everyone's back to where they should be.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. I still really love this. This is still one of my favorite things, to just sit here and veg out with headphones on and just have it go on auto read and just keep going until I have to kill something.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Highly recommended if you're just looking for something to watch and then occasionally do some tactical RPG stuff with.
Right.
The next game after that, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Mm.
I am on chapter 13 out of 17.
Oh.
I have all the party members now, which I'm not going to say who they are because they are major spoilers. Because as soon as I got to a point, I remembered who my last one was. I was like, oh, that's right, that happens.
Right.
Yay. So, a real good pro tip for anyone who's going to try to pick this game up or who is currently playing this game: don't bother with the side quests.
Don't do any of them. You don't need any of them.
Go through and collect all of them.
Yeah.
Because they are good ways to get money, and they do help with keeping your level balanced with where you should be for the story stuff. But like, yeah, just go through and grab everything, and then just worry about doing the ones that have the stopwatch next to them that's letting you know, hey, these are time critical.
Yeah.
If you just knock those out, and if you get a random feel for wanting to knock out 20 side quests or whatever later on, just go back and do those other 20, and you'll get a bunch of money and random stuff that'll help you out. But really, you don't need to do them.
Yeah.
They are just there for filler.
Right.
Speaking as a guy who's already put like 40 hours into this game.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm at the point now where I have the full cast of party members. I am on the Mechanis, which is the other Titan, because there's two Titans. You start off on the Bionis.
Right.
And then
Right.
halfway through the story, you go over to the Mechanis.
Right. God, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it still amazes me how this game was a Wii game.
Yeah. Not even a Wii U game, just regular Wii.
Yeah. The random crazy, just the open fields. I do agree with a lot of people that these fields are way too open.
Yeah.
And your character does not move fast enough. I wish they had added something, either make your character move faster or add a vehicle or a mount or something.
Right. Give me like a hoverboard or something. Come on.
Yeah, because you get like a ton of places for you to fast travel to within these areas, but a lot of times you're usually going to like this dark hole in the wall area to get this one item or for a story thing or whatever. And it's just sometimes it's a pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really liking it. I think it's 17. It's either 17 or 18 chapters altogether. I don't remember. I know. Yeah. But they're starting to pick up now. I pretty much just mainline story mission until I'm like, oh crap, I have no money. Let's knock out a couple side quests here. No, I got
let's get to work.
Yeah, I got like 8,000 gold or whatever the thing is now. And that's the other weird thing too, is I haven't really bought anything in this game. A lot of the weapons and stuff that I find off of enemies. Every once in a while I'll have to upgrade armor that I didn't get from a random quest or something. But it's like there's nothing for you to really buy. They also have a trade system where any character or any NPC in the game, you can just go up to them, hit Y, and you can trade items that you found in the world for whatever items. Yeah. So I don't know why it has this weird money economy thing.
Right.
It's weird, but yeah, that's all I got to... Well, actually, I do have one more thing to say. Inner dialogue in this game. I don't know why. So usually when games or movies or whatever do an inner dialogue, the voice just sounds kind of hollow in a weird way to indicate, hey, he's not saying this out loud. Anytime there's inner dialogue in this game, it sounds like Psycho Mantis.
Like through the mask?
Yes. I don't know why. Yes. It is really jarring when you hear someone say it, because the first person that does it is Shulk, and he says something. First thing that comes to mind is, I can read your mind. And
it's like Final Fantasy XII's judges are here. It's just like, what the heck?
So that was really weird and off-putting. But they don't do it a whole lot. Every once in a while, someone's got a weird inner monologue, but a lot of times it's just the anime thing of someone staring off in the distance, and you just kind of know what's happening.
Right.
I prefer that method. So,
Yeah.
But besides that, that was all I was really playing. My son, on the other hand, has beaten Final Fantasy VII.
Nice, congratulations. The original one, right?
No, the remake. He beat the original. Okay. He really likes where that game went.
Nice.
He doesn't. There were some things I had to explain to him story-wise to keep the continuity together for him.
Oh, okay.
Because there was just like a couple of things that he didn't really catch, so he was kind of confused about, hey, why is so-and-so still alive? Or, hey, what the hell was that?
Right. So, it's Ghosts. It's fine.
Yeah. So, but he really loved that game.
Yeah, I gotta finish that, man.
He went all in because I had told him, hey, once you beat the 7 remake, you can play Spider-Man 2018.
Yeah, there you go.
And he is full on into that game now.
Super pumped.
He at first he didn't think it was going to let him explore New York because it pretty much sucks you right into, oh hey, you have to fight Fisk kind of thing.
Right.
But once he found out that he could explore New York and that he could web sling, that's all that kid's been doing.
Yep.
He's just been web slinging all over the place. I think he already has almost all the backpacks. He's done like all the radio tower things, so he opened up a map. That's all he's been doing. That's all he wants to do. It's like, I figured you would like that. So
yeah.
I also asked him too. It's like, hey, did you like find the tallest building and just jump off of it? And he's like, no. I'm like, you should do that.
Yeah, I bet that's a lot of fun.
That's the other thing that he's been doing now is he's trying to do the thing that I did where he's trying to see where the break point is, the very last moment before you can web sling, and then you get that upward momentum just shooting back up. And he's all for that game. Yeah. So that's all that's been going around in this household.
All right. For me, not a lot this week. Final Fantasy V Forge Out Fiesta 2020 has started.
How many runs are we deep now, Boston? It's been open, 3 days? So
I'm halfway through my first run. This run has gone interestingly.
Did I see Berserker again?
So I did, since I pre-registered. If you pre-register, you can do Berserker Risk, so any of your 4 slots can have Berserker in it. I also did a Chaos run, which is basically any job you can get from any of the jobs in the entirety of the game, with some exceptions, but I won't go into it. First job I got was Beastmaster, which is a job I've never played with before, so I'm sort of excited to kind of get into it, but my party's so overpowered, I probably won't need to use it in this run. Second job, Berserker. Third job, Mystic Knight, which just means I just break the game wide open. Fourth job, Berserker. So the unfortunate part is you don't unlock Beastmaster until the 3rd crystal. So that meant I had spent a significant amount of time in this game with a party of 4 Berserkers.
Yep.
And there's 2 bosses in the game that's really difficult with party 4 Berserkers. One is the Sandworm, which thankfully I didn't have to fight with Berserkers. The other one is Liquid Flame, which I had to fight with 4 Berserkers. I had to get my entire party up to level 25, which is usually around the level I finish the game in, just to beat this boss. Like, just to sort of get RNG on my side to beat this boss. So that wasn't tough, it was just boring as hell to just grind for hours and hours. But now, ever since then, I've been motoring through the game because I'm so super over-leveled for everything that I'm just like, my 2 Berserkers do so much damage. It's just like, yeah, I'm just cutting through everything. So it's been sort of a fun run so far. I do have a channel for this in the Discord server if anyone wants to hop in. Looks like there's another couple people doing their first run this year, and the event lasts for like 3 or 4 months, so you got plenty of time to hop in and maybe do your first run. So that so far has been pretty fun, but nothing super exciting for me to talk about quite yet. The only other game I really spent any time with this week was 2 Point Hospital, largely because it got a big update this week on consoles.
Yeah, it did. Which included what type of game mode, Boston?
Sandbox, which I purposely have not touched. So, it's Sandbox. It patched in 3 things. Sandbox mode, which I looked at the menus, and it's exactly what it is. Pick one of these hospitals, pick whatever rules you want, go play it, and go nuts. I have played a couple of the online challenges, which are interesting. You basically set a I'm going to do a research challenge, see how many research points you can generate in 180 days, or see how many people you can cure, or whatever. And you're supposed to compete against other people that are online and playing right now, but that's 0, so I always win. So that's a little... And it's not other people that are playing right now online, it's other people that are on your friends list that are playing right now. So it's always going to be 0. It's a weird system. It feels very much like this worked really well on Steam and will not work anywhere else. That sort of runs into the other issue I have. They introduced the Superbug Network, which is essentially a list of long-term organization-wide challenges that you're going to do. And they can rank from, like, unblock 5 toilets to cure 10 people in 90 days or generate 1,500 research points, stuff like that. So they're not bad, and, like, the very first one you do has... It essentially looks like a skill tree that you'd see in, like, Diablo 2 or something. So you complete one node, it splits off into 2 nodes, and there are a bunch of nodes on each path. And you finish one, it unlocks the next one. It's fairly straightforward. So the first one was pretty easy to get through. The second one, though, is a problem because I start going through the forking paths there, and then I eventually get to one where I finish it, and only half of the circle fills in, and says 1 out of 2 players completed this. And I was like, the what now? And you're supposed to invite other people on your friends list that are playing this game to complete the Superbug challenges along with you together. But as I just mentioned, that's 0. So
Yep.
It's a little bit frustrating that I can't just, like, invite a random person on the internet. Like, the one time in my life I want to do that. Because there's really nothing they can do in your game. But I have this list of, like, I'm scrolling through this list of, like, 127 people on my PS4 friends list, and no one is playing it, and the game doesn't have a filter for, like, has anybody ever played this, or is anybody playing this right now? So just this alphabetical list of people, and it's like, cool, has anybody played it on my friends list? Like, I appreciate that they brought this stuff over to the console version. It just doesn't seem like it fits in this at all, sort of in the way that they implemented it.
Sounds like you need to go to Reddit and get some friends.
Oh, God, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Socializing in 2020? Have you opened your eyes?
Right.
That's what I do. You turn the volume down and you don't turn on your headset.
That's right. And the other frustrating part is I played a bunch of... I was making some really great progress on one of the southern hospitals, because I thought, all right, Moon, you and I talked last week about, like, trying to optimize our build essentially for some of our hospitals. So I thought, like, this one isn't going super well. I have a feeling like it's just going to crater. I'm going to start this one completely back over and try this other plan. So far, working very well. But the problem is, and the part of this game that I'm starting to is starting to be super unfun, is this hospital especially has so many natural disasters that I can't catch up. So Normally, it's just like, oh, there's hail or there's an earthquake or something, and those are fine. But this one has magma falling from the sky that a janitor has to put out with an extinguisher and then clean up. So it's not only taking extinguishers from your hospital, but then it's taking the janitors 2 trips to clean up this one thing. So I had an earthquake that blew up all 3 of my fluid analyzers all at once. And it's like, well, now that's like $75,000 that I have to spend just to get my hospital back up to operating. And I was like, this is a little bit too much. God, I feel like as the game progresses, it's relying too much on the natural disaster stuff. That from a design perspective, I understand, because once you get your hospital running, there's kind of this equilibrium where it's like, I have enough janitors that they're kind of keeping all the machines maintained through all the wear and tear, that everything's kind of fine. So you have to throw like a monkey wrench into it, but that's kind of not as fun as I would really like it to be. I feel like that's okay for maybe like the last level of an area, but not like the first level. That's not super fun. So kind of a frustrating 2-point hospital week this week. So but that's all I've been playing this week. So let's take a break.
Yep.
Oh, it's already 4 o'clock.
So I need to get more water.
Okie doke. I don't know what happened to the stream either. I
have no idea.
I look over at the Restream chat app and it says 3 out of 4 networks connected. I was like, wait, why? And one of the networks says stream ended. It's like, no, it didn't. And I look over and it's like, oh, well, yeah, okay, I guess it did.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if there's any last minute news stories here. Anything fun for Moon and I to talk about? If the internet would load. Video games. There's more stuff about people spying on the Super Mario or Super Nintendo world in Japan. Like super don't care about. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is officially being announced tomorrow. Okay. Pretty excited to see what that is going to be. Something about Fortnite's new Sharks. This new season has been pretty fun.
Yeah, what's the must-have accessory for you this week?
It is the cat that is piloting a mech. It's really good. But it's rank 60, I think, in the past. So I've been like, every couple of days I'll try and play like 2 or 3 matches and then kind of makes, like you've been doing with the Apex, make really slow progress through kind of the whole season. I didn't get the muscly buff cat last season, which I'm kind of bummed about. But that was like, I'd gone in and I was like, what is my rank even in last season? Because it kept getting extended. It was like rank 8 and buff cat was like rank 60. It's like, I'm not going to spend the time to like motor my way through this.
Dude, like the great thing I actually love about the Apex season pass is at the end of every level 100 is the cap, and at level 100 and 110 you get a custom weapon skin for a specific weapon that usually evolves with how many kills you get with that weapon.
Oh, cool.
So like, I've got the flatline one, and it's like yellow electricity coming out of these panels on the side, and the more people I kill with it, it rumbles more. It's got bigger electricity and stuff. I've also got a Peacekeeper one, which is ice. And when you kill people with it, the ice gets bigger until it's just like this huge like ice bag sticking up the top of this gun all over the sides.
That's cool.
They're really cool, like solid, like level 100, you know.
Yeah,
reward.
like a prestige thing.
Talking about Warframe or Apex?
Apex. All right. You guys ready to kick this thing off?
Yep. Let's bang it out, boys.
That's right. It's 4 o'clock here. I'm getting hungry. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to... Nope.
Wow.
Moonpeer just messed me up in chat here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of June 22nd, 2020. Little Town Hero is coming out on PS4. This is Game Freak's new RPG. This is the Pokemon people are making a brand new RPG for not a Nintendo thing, which all of that seems super weird, and I also think we lost Moonpeer. He laughed too hard and he just disappeared.
Seems like it. He's paying for it now. There we go.
There you go. And now they switched on Steam or on Skype. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this.
You can just drag and drop.
There we are. All right. Next game, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated comes out for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Everyone seems to really love that game, and I don't think I played it when it came out on like PS2 and GameCube. So I have like no fondness for it, but apparently it's really great. So, what I did play is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer comes out for the Switch and the PS4. I did play that on the N64 when it came out. So I remember fondly enjoying that. Brigandine, the Legend of Runercia, I'm going to assume that's how that's pronounced, comes out for the Switch. This is a Brigandine sequel. The last one came out on PS1 like 15 years ago. So this is 2020 continues to be a year of crazy old games coming out of nowhere and just getting a sequel. It also appears to be a year of Skype being terrible and Moonpeer disappearing. So, and lastly, Mr. Driller Drill Land comes out for PC and Switch. This is the release of the much beloved GameCube game. So I'm very much looking forward to this because I don't remember if I don't think this came out in the US, but this seemed to be the Mr. This seemed to be the Mr. Driller game that everyone really loved. This shot of Nimp on the live stream is now really good.
Yeah, I have both sides now.
Yeah, you are the podcast. I'm waiting for a text from Moonpeer, and that's probably not gonna happen. Let's keep going on with Boston and Giant Nimp here on TVGP and wait for
boy. I want to screen capture that.
Moon's back. There we go. Hey, welcome back. Skype. This is fun. Skype's fun.
Skype, this is 100% my computer. At the end of the show, me and you need to have some words, Boston.
Okay. We'll fight your computer together.
Okay.
Let's move on to news stories. EA Play 2020 happened this past week, and I was getting really amped to talk about a bunch of stuff, and then they showed off kind of nothing. So they did announce a new Skate game, which I wrote here in all caps and italicized and all that. They didn't announce Skate 4. They didn't say the words Skate 4. They said a new Skate game. So assume the worst mobile game and hope for the best Skate 4. So, and also it was just two people talking about it over a Zoom call. So I think the distance until release date on that thing is really long. So
yeah, we already know they're working on a mobile port version anyway, based off what that skater said a while ago. So
right, the double middle fingers he gave to EA on that one. So yeah, EA committed to both Steam and Switch. They've been releasing some of their games. They released Titanfall 2 on Steam. Again, if you haven't played Titanfall 2, it's one of the best first-person shooter campaigns ever, and it's like a couple of hours long. Just go play it. It's so good. They did make a big deal about Apex Legends coming to Switch and Steam, and at the same time, all platforms are going to get crossplay, which is really great. Thank you. That is 2 thumbs up. I might play some more Apex Legends then, because then I can play with Moon without losing all of the stuff on my PS4 one because it doesn't have cross progression, which is just a real bummer. Star Wars Squadrons, I don't think we didn't talk about that last week because they kind of just announced it with like a 30-second CG thing. Yeah. Star Wars Squadrons got some kind of new gameplay they showed off. It's a dogfighting Star Wars game. They built it from the ground up to support VR. It looks fine, but like we haven't really seen it. So it's a lot of like, Star Wars is important to me, and X-Wings are super cool. Go buy Star Wars Squadrons. So
I'm waiting until I see gameplay on this. More gameplay.
They
Actual
did an
gameplay.
Yeah, like gameplay. They did announce there are no like purchasable cosmetics or loot boxes or stuff. They made a big deal about you'll be able to earn cosmetics by playing the game. It's like, okay, cool.
You'll also be able to purchase them about 2 weeks after the reviews hit and they patch that ability in.
Yeah, weird, huh? Yeah, weird. So that's an interesting thing that they need to show off a lot more about. And then they kind of had this concept art sizzle reel saying Criterion, BioWare, DICE, EA Motive, working on next-gen console games. See you later.
So they did exactly what they did to E3 a couple of years ago, where it was just a bunch of interviews with people and stuff. I'm glad I missed this, because I missed this. Was like, ooh, I see Skate on Twitter, which means that's a good thing. I'm so glad I didn't bother to go back and watch any of this.
45 minutes. 45 minutes. And like, like, you're right. It very much reminded me of like, EA does this thing where like 1 year it is trailer. These things are coming out in the next 4 months. We just showed 30 games. And then the next year is just, let's have a 45-minute interview with the team behind Anthem. It's just like, no.
Just talk about the EA family. We are EA.
Right. Spread this stuff out a little bit. Yeah. So that was kind of, I didn't have high expectations for that going in because, as we just talked about, EA has been weird about that stuff, but that was kind of a letdown. Next news story, Cyberpunk 2077 has been pushed back to November 19th, 2020. CD Projekt Red has verified that the current gen versions of Cyberpunk will be playable day one on the next gen consoles as soon as those consoles launch. They will then be putting out a patch for PS5 and Series X a little bit later down the line that will be free, that will kind of improve that stuff, like the smart delivery basically. It'll improve that stuff a little bit later down the line. So there'll probably be some benefits day one, but the real benefits will come further down the line. They put out a press release that's just like, hey, it's not done yet. Like, they said, quote, at the time we're writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished, both content and gameplay-wise. They later say, a huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we'll spend the additional time doing exactly that, end quote. So, yeah, I mean, it really sucks that developers have to continue to crunch, because last time this got delayed, CD Projekt Red said, like, no, we're still crunching. It's just for longer. And now they're saying, like, yeah, we're still crunching, just for even longer this time. So that is... It would be nice if they would delay it just to let people get some sleep and not work 100-hour work weeks, but I guess that's not in the cards, and that really sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Xbox came to clarify some details about smart delivery. So we talked a couple weeks ago about like smart delivery being like this marketing thing, and like it's a good sort of short term for like it plays on your next gen things. But now they're kind of announcing more stuff along with smart delivery, which is really interesting. So they're reiterating that any smart delivery game is going to be, the upgraded version on the next gen system is at no extra cost. So if you buy Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 on the Xbox One, you're going to get the free smart delivery upgrade thing on your Series X for no cost. They're making the technology available for all third-party developers. We've already seen, like Bloodlines 2, we've already seen some, and like Cyberpunk, seen some developers and publishers say like, oh yeah, we're totally going to be doing that. Though Microsoft's not making that a requirement, but they have now said that they're enabling support for Game Pass titles and physical copies. So it's not just a digital game that you've purchased. It is slap this disc into your Series X. That's going to work too, along with Game Pass titles. So 2 thumbs up on that. The last thing too is that your progression in a game is going to move to the Series X with smart delivery. So, again, dark magic, but I'm assuming they're doing some sort of thing with your cloud backup and, you know, slurping that over to your Series X and kind of making sure that works. But this is one of those features, like, if this thing can work 100, not even 100%, we can get this thing to work like 80% of the time. This is going to be one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. This is the base level expectation for console upgrades going forward.
Yeah.
And I would really like to see this kind of just work, where it's like, all right, I bought Bloodlines 2, and I've got like a physical copy of Bloodlines 2. I have my save file here. I'm just going to pop it in my Series X, and it just makes the whole thing work, like downloads something and kind of moves my save over, and I'm just playing. Like, between this and like, oh, we made HDR work in old games that didn't have it, like, I hope this stuff works, because they're just wizards with some of this stuff, and it's crazy.
I just know I'm going to have several backups of save files just in case.
Yes, yes. Everyone should have several backups of everything just in case, but yes, especially
even
during
more
this time.
so now.
Yeah. All right, I've been pushing off questions for a couple of weeks, so let's dive into some questions here. First off, from T-Bomb Rocks in Discord. For some reason, they won't outright make a Starship Troopers, sorry. Why not make the next Earth Defense Force game an EDF times Starship Troopers, EDF's Rico's Roughnecks? I think there's a really simple reason why they're not making a Starship Troopers game. It's because people don't realize that that's a satire film. So they sure won't understand it's a satire game.
No, there's a couple of things wrong with that. Number one, it's a satire film. Also, number two, it's based on a novel, and it may be very difficult to get those rights to make video games.
Sure, yeah, that's true. I mean,
I would be all for it.
I feel like if you're going to make anything Starship Troopers, EDF seems to be the closest thing, where it's like, you got crazy bugs you're fighting and a lot of stupidity, but...
Let me counterpoint that for you.
Sure.
Do you remember this stupid space game that we saw the trailer for at the PlayStation reveal?
Yes.
I land, I die, I land, I die. How is that not a perfect Starship Troopers game?
Sure.
Because
that
the mobile infantry are
Returnal,
replaceable grunts.
yeah,
Like big huge bugs progress further down. That would make a really good roguelike game. As much as I hate making everything a roguelike these days.
just willed it into existence. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next question here from Angel Eye in Discord. It says 2 questions. 1, what musical artist have you discovered via video games, be it licensed or original from the game? I.e., I have grown to love the band Daughter due to Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Simple. It's easy, simple. It's one of my favorite bands on the planet right now, and probably ever. That's Poets of the Fall, who I
there you
originally found through Mad Max 2. Not Mad Max 2.
Alan Wake.
Nope. Earlier than that. Pill popping.
Max Payne.
Thank you.
There you go. The other Max.
Yes, the other Max. Not
In
Mad
every
Max,
Remedy
Payne.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they made the credit sequence for. They did the music for the credit sequence Max Payne 2, and then since then they've pretty much had a song in every single Remedy game.
Yeah.
Nice. Disgaea 1, the first one, the final boss fight with Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have Tsunami Bomb in there, who does
Oh, that's
Invasion
right.
from Within.
Yeah.
And at first I didn't really like the song, but they play it on loop until you beat that boss. And it kind of really grew on me, to the point that I had to hunt down this GarageBand to figure out where I could buy the CD.
Right.
Surprisingly enough, I got it from a Barnes & Noble. So,
Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to think of... Oh, God.
Well, I was just gonna say, so that's really the only one where I was like, I really like this song, and actually went out and figured out who the band was, and then hunted down a CD so that I could listen to that song. The rest of the CD was all right. I enjoyed it. I actually still have it in the closet over there.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but that one song really does it for me now.
Yeah.
To do the cowboy song from Red Dead Redemption 1 when you head to the farm.
Hmm.
I wish I could remember what it's called. I have that album because of that moment in that game.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
Easy answer as well here. Adam Freeland.
Yeah, God, Adam Freeland makes some great stuff.
For those of you who don't know, he's the guy responsible for Fear,
Yeah.
one of the greatest songs in video game history.
Rez's Area 5.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like because of my love of like amplitude and frequency, I found so many great electronic bands from that.
Rock Band was the same for me. Guitar Hero,
Yeah.
Rock Band. Like I hated cock rock and hair rock. I hated that whole genre until I started playing Guitar Hero, and I was like, "Cool, let's listen to these bands who I really get into." Journey. Like,
Oh yeah,
I hate Journey, and now I kind of like them.
Now
I'm
that
trying to
they've
think.
beaten the song notes into you.
Right, you must love it. I can't think of anything else. Angel Eyes said, second question here, Foodcast. We haven't had Foodcast in a while. What's your favorite comfort food, meal, or snack, etc.? Myself, I make white rice with enough butter to give a cardiologist heart palpitations.
Dude. White rice, butter, a little bit of olive oil, just a pinch of salt.
Yeah, there
Dude.
it is.
The ultimate comfort food is toast.
Mmm.
Like good, thick white bread, 100% full fat butter. Basically, just warm bread with butter slathered over the top of it.
Yeah.
Is like, yes, give it to me. Other than that, I go English. I go full English for it, which is give me some bourbon creams, give me some rich teas.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, folks, this isn't slang. These are names of biscuits, just so everybody knows.
Right.
I really don't have any comfort foods. I just kind of eat whatever's in front of me, and there's not a whole lot that I don't like. But I do really enjoy spicy food. So if I somehow manage to get my hands on wasabi peas, those things are gone.
I do like curry a lot, but I'm not a little too Irish for a lot of the hot spicy stuff.
I'm all for the spice.
Yeah.
When you say curry, are you talking Indian curry or Asian curry? Because go Japanese curry, it's delicious and nowhere near as spicy.
Indian curry is my favorite out of the three. I think for me, I have such a sweet tooth that like, even if it's just like a little bit of chocolate, you know, like you get a chocolate bar and you break off like one square, even that's just like, yeah, that's good stuff. Anything plus salty and sweet. Yeah.
You give me a bag of gummy bears, I mean, I'll have one or two. That bag's going to be gone pretty soon.
Right.
Yeah.
But I won't go out of my way for it. It's not like I'm like, oh man, I need gummy bears now. It's just, oh hey, there happens to be a bag in this household, and it's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like there's a bag of sweets in here.
And like that. I try to all of that in the house because it's like, oh, it's here, it's gone. But
Right.
if it's not here, then I don't mind it not being here.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, even once again with spicy, like we just bought tortilla chips and spicy hummus, and it's taken a lot of effort for me to just not open the bag and just eat that container of hummus.
Like on the show, where it's like,
No, Boston, you don't get to delete that line because
yes,
I have
I'm not answering. I'm not asking.
I have an answer for it.
Oh, okay. You can hold on. Control Z. There we go. Big Mackie in Discord asks, so I've been trying to 1,000 point Resident Evil 0. In my no save run, I messed up and my partner got killed on the final boss, thus wasting over 3 hours of my life, literally seconds from finishing it. I angrily deleted the game off my hard drive. Probably never go back. I think that's the right call. I know Moon will have some good ones, but what are your worst achievements / trophies / personal goal fails?
Any multiplayer game, period. I'm good at games, but I don't put enough time in to play any multiplayer. Like I basically beat Doom Eternal. I've got one single player achievement left. Everything else is stupid battle mode, and it's like
Oh yeah.
Delete it? Should I delete it? I want to delete it. Maybe I should delete it. Just to ignore that. I'm above 80%, which is my own personal goal, so that's fine. I mean, jeez. My problem is I'm too stubborn to fail. Which
Yeah,
isn't a good thing.
like Dead Space
Like,
2 with the like 2 save run, which is
That's
like
actually mine.
Yeah.
My fail. My wife and kids were going to be gone for a weekend. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock this out. Moved the couch closer to the TV. Had this whole spread of food to last me the weekend, so I didn't have to go anywhere. And I played that thing all the way up to when I had to do the disc change.
Mhm.
And swapped out the discs. And I don't know what happened after that, but the disc went in, disc tray came back out, and then the 360 home screen popped up.
No.
Yep. And that was probably the closest I've ever come to throwing a controller at a TV.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't terribly difficult. It was just enough of a pain that I just kind of sat there and stared at my 360 and just kind of gave up.
Yeah, it's like, do I really want to go through all of this again?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I didn't save because I was planning on waiting until the disc swap
Right.
to save.
It's a really solid first save point because it's essentially
Yeah.
not that I researched that or anything or still remember too much about that game.
Right.
I just remembered when I went through the first time on normal, like the first disc just seemed real simple to get through, and it was the second disc that stuff started getting all crazy weird and seemed like it had a way bigger chance of failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there is a great fail, which is the fact that I failed in getting every single achievement on NBA Live 15 because I got all the achievements, and that in itself is a failure on my part.
It's a failure of sanity.
Yes, or logic, or reason, or any other number of reasons as to why I
Right.
should not be this way, but I am.
I feel like I'm drawing a real blank for this one. There has to be something over like the last 13 years of this show, and I just don't. I'm just drawing a blank.
There is your desire to play Destiny 2, which seems to come and go like the rising and setting of the sun.
No, I play Destiny 2 a lot. Usually a little bit every day, but
There's good. Know there's been Fiestas that have gone bad for you. Speaking of relevancy, right now.
yeah. So I was looking back at my because once you sign into the website for the Fiesta with Twitter, it shows you how many runs you've done in the last couple of years, and it's funny where it's like I look at like 3 years ago, it's like, oh, you did 4 runs, and like that 5th run just looks like a mess, and I know I got probably like halfway through that, and it's like, I can't do this to myself again. Like, I just did this 4 times in a row, I can't bring myself to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, there has to be some JRPG where I like made it all the way to the end, and I like missed the one. Like, I collecting every chest in the game, and I missed, like, the one in the tutorial area that I passed up because I played this game for the 5th time, and I don't remember.
I don't even count JRPGs for trophies anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There
it's
lies
just-
madness.
I was going to say, sometimes there's just enough to just play the game and call it good. Like, I think, what was it, Star Ocean was
Yeah.
the game that broke me on trying to get 100%. And I think, God, who was it? There was somebody in our Discord, I can't remember who, off the top of my head. I think it was Soul Man.
It's
Who got-
always Soul Man, yes.
Yeah, who got every single thing. And I
Yeah.
saw what he had to go through to get it. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
I have a life. I cannot do this.
I respect him so much for his
Oh, yeah.
JRPG, like, trophy and achievement collecting, because there is a level of dedication there that I feel like I can never match.
A level of dedication, a level of stupidity, maybe. But no.
As an achievement hunter, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guy sets a goal and he goes for it, and I respect that.
Yeah. Respect
But
the
screw
hell out of that. Yeah, right, yeah, exactly. T-Bomb Rock sends us some more questions here. What is a man?
A miserable pile of podcasts. Carry on.
There you go.
Question.
He also asks, what's your favorite NPC in a game? Favorite NPC in a game?
Oh, Gladys and Johnston from
Sure.
Portal 2. Well, Portal and Portal 2, but
Yeah.
that whole thing about lemons and lemonade, I can't remember what it is specifically, but I remember laughing really
You
hard at
burned
that.
down that house with the lemons. Yeah. Yeah, those are good choices.
Alex from Half-Life 2 Episode 2 was apparently fantastic, but I don't care about that game, so I don't know.
You can watch it on YouTube. You'll be fine.
The Normandy from Mass Effect.
Yes.
It's not an NPC.
It's technically a non-player character. Yes.
It's a ship.
It's
Yeah.
a character. It has a
It's a
name.
ship.
An NPS.
Oh my
It has
god.
an AI inside of it. It makes it a character.
There you go.
The AI is a separate entity from the ship.
Eventually, yes.
Later, yeah.
While there's the same.
And you
thing.
don't call her the Normandy.
Shut up.
The problem is I
What do you
have
call it?
not
Is it
eaten
Edie?
enough.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Edie, yeah. I haven't eaten enough today, so my brain is just like, "Are you asking me a question?"
Best NPC Mirage from Apex, where because it's a non-playable character for me because I never get to play it because my wife is a Mirage main. Swoosh, nothing but nets.
There you go.
Just really pulling for that, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, someone has asked us
Oh,
a question. We need
I got
to
another
answer.
one.
Yeah.
Oh crap! No, he is a playable character.
Who's that?
HK-47 from Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah.
He is the reason why I love suicidal mortar bots.
Yeah, he's a party member, but I don't think he counts as
Yeah.
a character. I mean, come on.
We'll allow it.
Is Morrigan from Dragon Age a playable character?
No, that's why
Technically,
I
yes,
said,
but
oh
also
crap, I
no.
remember that he does become part of your party, and
Yeah.
he never leaves my party once I get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still, you can get away with that.
Timid Hulk asks our last set of questions here. Hey guys, thanks for all the hours of entertaining content. Thank you. I have two questions. One, are there any good ways to be notified when specific games go on sale? For myself, PlayStation, Xbox stores. Moonpier,
Oh,
take it
boy.
away.
Do we have a website for you?
Yep.
It's called psprices.com. That's psprices.com. Hashtag sponsored by. No, it's not really.
Yeah, we're not affiliated with the site at all.
No,
It just
not in the slightest.
it it tracks prices on any console. If you're looking
And
for PC,
Digital and physical stores as well.
yes, which is really nice. And it will send you an email when a game goes on sale. If you're looking
you
for,
can basically choose reminders like
yeah,
these are the games I'm interested in. These are the games I want alerts on when their prices change, and it'll just pop you a quick email and be like, "Yo, just so you know, price drop alert. This has gone down 50% because it's currently on sale."
right.
It'll
Here's
tell
what it
you
used to be.
where-
Here's what it is.
How it's where from, how to get it, and so on and so forth. Really good site.
Yeah. If you're looking for the PC version, isthereanydeal.com is the one you're looking. It does that for PC storefronts.
There's actually one that I follow that covers physical and digital, called Cheap Ass Gamer.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't go wrong, especially following their Twitter
Pretty
account.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
really good about letting you know when stuff is $2. And
I
it's
follow-
normally 40.
I follow them and Wario64 on Twitter. Between the two of them, they kind of cover all the sales. He also asks, have any of you spent any time just trying to top friend leaderboards? I've been back into Forza Horizon 4 trying to top all the danger signs and speed traps lately.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck, boy. Welcome to my world now. Yes, I do this all the time. I do my best to get to the top of the top of the leaderboards if I can. But again, I've also got 300 more games to play, so it's like, oh, I'm going to give it my best shot, and I'm not going to spend another 6 hours eking out that extra 2 millimeters to knock off the 0.02 seconds that would take me to
Right.
the very top. I don't do that, but I definitely, if something's reachable, I definitely aim for it. Especially when I see my wife's name on a leaderboard above me, because I just need to knock her down a few pegs.
That's right. Well, and I stuff like Forza Horizon 4 and one of the early games that I remember doing it really well was Shadow Complex, where like it's
Shadow
integrated
Complex.
so well into the game that it's like, hey, you just defeated a boss. You're now number 5 on the leaderboard with your friends. Here's what the other people look like. And it's like, well, all right, now I got to keep going. All right, let's do this. Especially Forza Horizon 4. Like that
Sleepy
was...
Dogs.
What's that?
Sleepy Dogs.
Sleepy Dogs
has
was another one? Yep.
Clean driving. What game makes you drive clean?
Yeah, follow the laws.
Leaderboard?
Yeah.
The only one that I care about is the one for Elite Dangerous when you compare with your friends on the Xbox dashboard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look, comparing me, Moon, his wife, and all of them, I am number one on almost all of them except for one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
What is that
there
one for
was
Sagittarius A by any chance?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I did have one brief crazy moment with the game where I don't remember what happened. Moon, you got something, and I don't even remember what it was. And I went like all out for 2 days and got it just so I could get bumped back up.
Oh, jeez.
It was probably to do with the elite rankings because me and Jess spent like a good 2 months where we were just doing the nice quick trade routes. So I probably was getting
It may have been what it was.
yeah.
Because I just know it's like I have this one thing and I am not letting it go.
Yeah. Man. All right, well, that's all of our questions this week, and I'm finally caught up on questions. Thank you very much, everyone. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page, patreon.com/E1M1, the ones are numbers. Get cool episodes for yourself. We put out a crazy amount of them now.
Legitimately thought you were just telling us to get cool. Then I was like, come on, Georgie McJudgeson.
Get cool by becoming a patron, and then help me pay for the show. Brand new Game Club game, Saturday Morning RPG. It sounds, I talked about this on the show, based on where I was looking at for length on the show. Think more of like Chrono Trigger, like that sub 20-hour game, instead of like Persona 5, that 100+ hour thing. So it's not like when Brad and I played Final Fantasy 12, where it's like, all right, this week we're going to talk about the first 5 hours of the game, and then we kind of chopped it up from there. I think that's pretty much it, because we talked about the rest of it at the top of the show. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Ta-ta!
Bye.
No fuck on today. Shut up.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I wasn't going to fight you, jeez.
Step back.
All right,
No.
Mimp, hit me with your titles.
All right, I have Just a Squibble.
Mm-hmm.
He Got Buffed. Weird but Enjoyable. My Wife Has a Set of Rules. You Can Select Giant Creeper. Your Camp is Upgraded. Not Play, Moron.
Mm-hmm.
And No Questions, Just Play.
All right, Moon.
Long days, short nights. My problem game. More space on the word space as well. Lego Connect Car. Punching a Tree. The Vulture. That's What Makes Them Mad. You versus 1000 NPCs. Fiesta season started. Slurping that over. I go full English.
What was the slurping the over about?
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery and save files.
Oh,
over
that's right.
systems. You
Just a
slurp
little save file slurp. Yeah. I have Long Days, Short Nights, Play, Moron, Party Dodo. I've Weaponized Myself. More Space On, and I go full English.
I think for me, it's the two variations of the moron.
Mm-hmm.
And I've Weaponized Myself.
I've Weaponized Myself is really good.
It's really solid.
Because I have, and I'm still gonna die.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one.
I feel like I'd vote for that one, because I feel like the moron ones, not that they make bad titles, but I feel like that might be a little bit better in the episode. And I think it's a better audio joke than it is a text joke.
Yeah.
You're just worried someone's going to read the title and be like, these people.
Right. How dare they?
You've got to get them hate clicks somehow.
That's right. That's the only way you get traffic on the internet in 2020, so.
Yeah. Believe me, we know as a general positive podcast that's true.
Right. I'll just call this episode Doom Scrolling, and we'll just come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll circle I've weaponized myself then. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I think I got something. Yeah.
Kind of got something, but sure, whatever.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 661 for June 22nd, 2020. I've weaponized myself.
It's hidden in my bowler hat.
I have a potato sack and a rock. Let's go.
All right, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out, listening to us, watching us. I don't know what the video is going to look like on YouTube, but thank you either way. I'll see you next week. I got to go help Moon fight his computer.